What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We will also be discussing, I believe it is the Litecoin Foundation to sponsor UFC title fight in bid to increase crypto adoption. We will also be looking at some TA and pretty much figuring out where exactly the market is going, where it's headed, and where it is currently at right now. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content and want to see more. We're on our way to 6,000 subscribers. We'll probably hit that, I think, by potentially next week. So fingers crossed. I appreciate all you guys for helping. I do highly recommend and hope that you guys are, telling your friends and family to subscribe to the channel and help grow crypto and the Crypto TV community. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So we're on the current coin market cap, and as you guys can see, we have a few things to discuss. First off, Bitcoin dominance is 51.8, so it is slightly higher than where we were yesterday, which makes sense. You know, we're seeing altcoins dip right now, and Bitcoin's kind of staying level, so we are seeing that increase. We're seeing a slightly lower volume than yesterday. We had about 20 billion in volume yesterday, slightly decreasing to around 2.7 bill. And then we also see the market cap dipping slightly, but staying around the same, but a slight dip at 129.6 bill. Really not much movement at all. Scrolling down, as you guys can see, we're pretty much seeing that reflected in the price. We have to see it reflected in the price, you know. We're seeing practically an even amount of green, as well as we're seeing an even amount of red. So we're really seeing no movement at all. Coins aren't really moving up by much or down by much. If anything, it's by 1 to 2% in either direction. We have Bitcoin barely up 1% at 0.5, pretty much staying, square with what it was at yesterday at 38.45. XRP only down by 1.5 at 37 cents. We have Litecoin still in the number 8 spot, so close with Tether. We're trying to bump, above that. That is down 1.2%, while Tether is holding still, up 0.3, but for the most part, markets does seem to be doing fairly well. Another day of consolidation as anticipated. Ethereum Classic actually up 14% at $5.4. It's actually doing fairly well, and we all know what Ethereum Classic is. Aurora is up 10%, but now let's look at the other side. So you see, we're actually not really down by much, only down by 9.4 total market. Mobile Go, which we've talked about in the past, Stratus, Populous, Ontology, Monero, a lot of big coins, that are down today. But for the most part, market is in a stable consolidating standpoint. Otherwise, moving on to the article that we had, that you probably clicked on this episode for that reason. And we're discussing the Litecoin Foundation. This is by Cointelegraph to sponsor UFC title fight in bid to increase crypto adoption. I know a lot of people are actually talking about that, a lot of other YouTubers. But basically, to sum this up, it says the Litecoin Foundation will sponsor an event of the Ultimate Fighting Championship UFC, mixed martial arts organization, to be an announcement published December 26th, and I believe that was today. Yes. In the statement, the foundation said that it has become the official cryptocurrency partner of the UFC light heavyweight title fight beginning between John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. The Litecoin Foundation stated that the sponsorship is part of its efforts to expand the adoption of digital currencies, with brands and institutions continuing to push into cryptocurrency and blockchain. This is yet another signal of this technology moving closer towards the mainstream. So yeah, duh, if the UFC and these big partnerships are happening, especially with Litecoin, and we know that Litecoin is making huge steps. A lot of people ask, why do I, favorite Litecoin over other cryptos? Reason being, the community, guys. The community is massive in Litecoin. Such a positive community. Bitcoin is quite negative, and other currencies and cryptos, they kind of die out in their community. There's a lot more to it than just the coin and the price. There's a whole foundation behind the coin that you also have to take into consideration. When you invest in these coins, you're not only buying into the price, you're buying into the development, you're buying into the community, you're buying into what the coin itself stands for. That's why you have to make these investments, wisely if you want to hold on to the long term. Short term, if you want to swing trade, you don't really have to look at the foundation behind it. But, obviously you want to have a good standpoint and a good solid base for a company to grow. And that's why you have to do your research prior to investing in these coins long term. So that is why I stand behind, Litecoin, and why I support Litecoin and wear Litecoin. But obviously this channel, we do discuss other cryptocurrencies. I don't favorite it that much. That is why I also talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP, Stellar, Monero, tons of other coins if you, watch the channel. Otherwise, it says Litecoin was released in 2011, as we know, by former Coinbase engineer Charlie Lee. The coin is a proof-of-work currency with a limited supply of 84 million. Litecoin is not centrally managed, but the Litecoin Foundation developed its network. Lee is also managing directors of the Litecoin Foundation. So obviously, hopefully you guys know I am part of the Litecoin Foundation now. On the East Coast side, we do help to promote the coin and get it into retail investors, financial investors, institutions. So it is pretty good. It is awesome, actually, to be a part of that. I'm sure a lot of the people that actually watch the channel know that or are a part of it too. So I do appreciate all you guys for, inviting me and letting me join such an awesome community. Then again, to continue on, it said in December, Brazilian Premier League soccer club Atlético Mineiro launched a fan token dubbed Gallo coin. So you can see all these other companies are getting involved into crypto. In September, French soccer club Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, partnered with blockchain platform Socios to launch a token ecosystem. The token will allow the club to launch a fan token, FTO, that gives fans access to branded Saint-Germain club tokens. Tokens will become voting rights and can also confer VIP status. So you can see that people are using these in different ways. And imagine if, colleges had their own tokens. Imagine if, the University of Rochester had a U of R token, or if Buffalo State, had the, BST token. That'd be really interesting to see that you could actually pay with these coins and you get rewarded with these coins in the same way. That would be pretty interesting on campus if they had programs where you can earn the tokens and then spend them within the community too. So that's just food for thought. I do think that would be awesome, especially to see it at my college. But otherwise, moving on to today's episode, or more to the technical analysis point, as you guys can see, really not much is happening within Litecoin right now. Everything's practically called. We can pretty much see what is going on. Nothing is too crazy. You can see when we were at 35.65, we were entering an overbought market, about to enter it. So we needed to pull back down ever so slightly. That is exactly what we did. We pulled back down. We're currently at around $30 exactly. So you can see what happened. We were overbought, pulled back down to a more natural, neutral support. You can see the green band crossed over the red band. So quite bullish. It held fairly nice. 1, 2, now 3 points contact. We used the green band twice, fell below, hit the red band, and we're currently bouncing off of that. We also, leveled out on the RSI back at 45. So plenty of potential to continue to move up now and, reach those higher levels. Last time we were at that price, we were actually overbought. So you can see, let's go back to that price. We were right here. So when we were at $29, we were overbought. You can see right here. So I'm going to just draw this down and make it a little easier for you guys to understand where I'm referring to. So right around here, oops, you can't see that, whatever, versus right over here. So you can see what I'm referring to. So last time we were at $28, we were at a position of around, let's say 60, anywhere from 60 to 66. Now we're currently at that same exact price, $28, and you can see we're currently at 40. So we're down 20 points on the RSI, which means we have 20 more points to move up compared to the previous run that we had. You see where I'm getting at? That the RSI has a lot to do with how high we can push this coin to. So that's where I'm trying to get at with this. Moving on to Bitcoin, though, you can obviously see the same thing is happening. You can see that. I'm just going to zoom in for those people on mobile that can't see it as clear. If it's not coming in clear. Obviously, you guys can see we were extremely overbought. We were nearing overbought. We were at $4,200 testing the overbought line on the RSI. And all we did is pull back down to our high-low MMA, or 4-hour high-low MMA. You can see we're trading out sideways, using it as a good support. Pulled all the way back down to 46. So very nice, actually. All I'd like to see, though, is for us to move away in either direction from here. Obviously a pullback down lower isn't what we're looking for, but I can see support being $3,600. But if we do decide to move up higher, I can see us moving back up to, $4,100 to $4,200. I'd like to see that happen fairly soon, some sort of move, due to the fact that we're hanging out too long, in my opinion, on that high-low MMA. So a move is definitely imminent, fairly quick within Bitcoin. Now looking at Ethereum, a coin that I've been promoting for quite a bit now, saying it was a sleeping giant for those that are new to the channel. As you guys can see, $80 was a huge buying opportunity. You can see that 160 was a huge resistance, so we drove all the way up to that price. Could have doubled your money right there. Beautiful play. And we did draw a line of support. You can see we distanced ourselves from this uptrend, so we needed to pull back down. That is exactly what we did. We were extremely overbought up here. We closed over here. We closed at around 65. We were overbought when we were up at the top of the wick, but we pulled back down, and so did the RSI. And you can see all we needed to do was trade sideways. That is exactly what's happening. We're now caught up with the uptrend on the daily, which is holding quite fairly well, actually. So I would like to see us climb back up. I do think we're headed back up to 160. So if you wanted to buy at 130, sell off at 160, 155, it's a good profit, but that's totally my opinion. Up to you what you do with that advice. Lastly, we drew some sort of uptrend on XRP's daily, and it seems like it was holding fairly well. We'll see how this candle holds out. The day is still young. It's only 7:20 when I'm making this video, so we'll see whether or not we can get back in on the uptrend and continue up higher, or if we're going to hit resistance and break downwards. This could have been the play right here. We could have hit the high-low MMA, that green band, and we're now going to break downwards. If we do fall lower, I think 30 cents is where the next support is. So don't be afraid if we do fall, 8 cents on XRP. I just want you guys to be aware of that. A pullback down to 28 cents is definitely possible. Otherwise, there's going to be more resistance ahead at 40 cents. So that's going to sum up the episode for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content. I apologize for not making a vlog today. I was kind of busy with work and stuff, but I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.